well, like when I look at the opening seconds of that game, we saw Takedown just come in with the sword, and he just absolutely demolished the entire Anixia squadron single-handedly. Like it wasn't a situation where he was getting some help from his teammates. He was getting those assist kills, anything like that. No, he just came in with the sword, and Anixia choked. They froze, and it might just be some of the nerves getting to them. But either way, they got to step it up huge. And what better time to do so than now? We're going over to Colisuem with Slayer for the second map of this series. We're going to go ahead and hop on board with this Anixia squad. Again, they have a lot to prove, and it looks like they're going to be trying I thought we were maybe going to be seeing them trying to kick the sniper rifle over towards, but instead, again, we see this red squadron. They're running in this format, right? This sort of wave-like format where they're able to just kind of overwhelm key parts of the map, and this is why already off the gate, as we can see, sniper rifle control and rocket control firmly in the hands of Red Team. The blue team, even though they're at just a 3-kill deficit, make that 4, this game is going to get out of hand very quickly.
Yeah, you are completely correct about that. I switch up just to get 2 big kills. Humble him as he is actually inside the Nixia's base. And when you're Anixia and you're automatically you already lost both power weapons off the get-go, and you're basically losing your whole base now. How does that make you feel as a player? Or do you get nerves? Big Bao Broly finally picks up Switch It Up, as he does have the rocket launcher himself, but Murder Mason still has the sniper, though.
Yeah, it's definitely a nerves. It definitely doesn't feel good. You know, you just got sucker punched pretty hard whenever you look at that CTF map, and now to start off this game so horrendously already. The big thing here, though, is that it's going to be an exercise of mental restraint. I fear more than anything else, or sorry, mental composure rather. Right? You're down, but you're definitely not out. The way that Halo kind of works is, even though you have this kind of lead, if they can turn the tide, right? If they can get control of those power weapons, get some great positioning, and basically do kind of reverse what's been going on, and to kind of give HoW Gaming a taste of their own medicine, then they can very well find this game back in their favor. But HoW Gaming has just not been giving them any resources whatsoever. You can already see some of the red squadron just set up around those power weapons, understanding that they're going to be respawning the next couple of seconds, and they're probably going to be able to, again, maintain weapon control. Takedown right there with the rocket launcher, and he's going to be using those multiple exit options to get out of fire. And now he's starting to make his rush towards this blue base. They have the entire Anixia squadron quartered in there. Takedown, I think he may have gotten some shields off, but he doesn't really get a kill quite yet.
Yeah, but with you being an Anixia Halo, you can't really necessarily turtle in your base like this. And that's really seems like what they're all doing here, and it's giving HoW Gaming the ability to actually check all maps, but just like that, they actually did drop the rocket launchers, so now Anixia Halo has control of the rocket launchers. I'm not too sure who actually picked that up for Anixia, if anybody actually picked it up, but finally Apache gets out of the base, pushes over to the red base, but is immediately met with the beat down from Murder Mason.
And a big reason why they're kind of turtling in their spawn, so to say, is just because they're trapped there. You can look a lot at the positioning that this red team has taken, and you can really see that they're not being given any optimal spawns whatsoever. They're just kind of forced back into their base. The red squadron has already been off to such a commanding lead, and that lead is only going to continue. But let's see if Midshot can maybe change things. He spots the team captain from afar, but really good. We've seen this a couple times from Takedown. He understands when he needs to go in and when he needs to retreat, and I think that's allowing him to maintain a really high KD, which is so important in this Slayer game type.
Yeah, Murder Mason himself just picked up the rockets, used the last one to kill Midshot, but he has still the sniper rifle control, and he spots his next victim, which is going to be Slags, but sadly enough does not get to kill him, but he does drop it as Apache does take him out. Bao Broly finally beats down Xbox Live Takedown, but gets taken out by King Pharmacy in the making. As we switch it on to Switch It Up, Switch It Up did pick up the sniper rifle from his team, spots one on the rocket launcher pad, but just going to probably play it safe, try to get the easy pick on him, but actually just seemed like he's spamming the sniper rifle there for a second.
He really just wants to keep Midshot kind of pinned in there, and we saw that it worked because his teammate was actually able to get the assist, and now, again, the red squadron in perfect position to retake the rocket as they do so. XBL Takedown, fully loaded rockets, and while the spawns may have been switched, again, we see this blue squadron trapped in the space.
Yes, as in now blue. Xbox Live Takedown does seem like he just shot himself. Apache with the double kill there. Switch on board here. Actually, Apache just get taken out, but we're going to switch on board here with King Pharmacy. King Pharmacy is actually getting 2 kills there, and might actually get the 3rd one if he can switch over, but sadly enough, ran out of ammo. So
one thing that I've seen from King Pharmacy is he does a really good job of kind of filling the holes of this team. He'll be the kind of player who will notice that he'll pay really close attention to some of the callouts, and then he'll be able to get those assist KOs, right? Those assist kills, where maybe he's got a couple of opponents in one shot, and he's so good at just picking them up when it comes to either him being the player with the assist or him being the player with the actual kills itself. So, you know, even though he might not be on top of the leaderboards, I really do love the style of play that I'm seeing from him. But let's go ahead and maybe switch things up to Switch It Up for a second, who does get control of the rocket. It may just have 1 bullet, but whenever you have this blue squadron quarantined the way that they are right now, that can mean some massive kills.
Yes, as you know, that 1 kill doesn't necessarily matter a lot in Slayer himself. He does spot his victim, and it's going to be on Apache. Gets killed with him, but he actually spots 2 people from Anixia. Trying to get shots on mid shot. Takes the shield down, but sadly enough, he has his shields low, but takedowns there to get the shot on mid shot. Pick up the kill on him, as he does have 1 to his left. Pick gets a headshot on Slags, as Takedown gets a headshot on Bio Broly.
That was just beautiful teamwork from Switch It Up and Takedown. They did a great job, I think, of covering certain angles, and so especially with the initial push, you saw that Switch It Up would be forcing some of the blue team members to retreat, and they just lined up perfectly in the crosshairs of Takedown.
Yeah, and you know, you're talking about teamwork. Switch It Up and Takedown are actually the 2 main people on this roster that have been teaming together for as long as they've been a participant on the show matches. So that chemistry there, I would have to feel like took into play in that account, because of the sole fact of how perfect that was for both of them to get all 4 of those kills, and eventually having the other guy, I don't believe who it was, but actually having to rotate back in order not to get the extra kill out. As we now currently are 43-22, this game is pretty much done in my opinion, as Takedown does get 2 easy shots off, but Apache's there picking up, but Slags does have rocket launchers, but actually drops them himself. As I want to switch on board here with Matt. Oh, sorry, Switch It Up, as he does have the rocket launchers in his control. Spots Bio Broly, picks him up as well. 1 more bullet left, 46-24.
And actually gets mid-shot as well. A double kill for Switch It Up. And it's been Switch It Up and Takedown all game long. Apache may have the sniper rifle, but I'm afraid that it just might be a touch too late. And there's Kid Pharmacy, though. Kind of stranded by himself. Again, a player who I feel does very well whenever he's playing more of a support role. Now kind of by himself and forced to retreat there as Apache is able to go and get a nice headshot. And King Pharmacy in a gunfight right now, and he's indeed going to fall. No support really, as Apache also did have a teammate coming up from behind. So Apache, this is really his last stand of sorts, right? I do think that this game is completely out of reach, in my honest opinion, as Switch It Up gets a perfectly placed grenade to get another one on the board. But, you know, he's by no means, I don't think it's his skill is reflective on how HoW Gaming is playing as a whole, because I look at Apache, just some of the decisions that he makes, and I can see the caliber, like what it takes to be like a really smart and a really good player. But unfortunately, what we didn't see was what was so present in this red team, what was so present in HoW Gaming, and that was simply the teamwork, the team synergy. They were just right there to cover all these multiple angles. There were no avenues of escape whatsoever, and because of that, it's very clear how they were able to go and take that series in such a commanding lead.
Yeah.